for you guys what the being here and being a part of not just this season finale, but this series finale is like.
It's been very emotional. It's been like a big family reunion all week. We've all been having a blast, getting together, having a few cocktails by the pool, because now all of us are of age, which is freaky.
We're all grown-ups
Minus
with
the
families.
babies, minus the babies of this season. I feel like I'm 104 years old around there. But now I think the emotion and reality, no pun intended, of the situation is starting to trickle up, and everyone's feeling the jitters, and we rehearsed the opening number, and a couple people were like, I have to sing through this, oh gosh. So
It's truly the end of a great thing that broke a lot of amazing, talented people, and also brought a lot of great things here to the States and a lot of copycat shows, and it's just something that gave us the American dream. Your whole life can change with 1 minute on a one-song audition, and that's the American dream, that you can change your life overnight by bringing something that everybody enjoys.
Yeah.
A little bittersweet.
It is very bittersweet,
but
for sure.
We're very happy to be here and be able to see everybody. It's like a high school reunion, and we're just catching up with everybody.
/ wake.
Yeah.
Da, da, da.
Da, da, da. The final is.
How meaningful is this show to you?
It's the final finale, right? And it's been a very meaningful thing for me to be a part of the American Idol legacy. It's sad that it's ending, but it has opened up so many doors for me. I've been able to tour around the world, do albums, write a book, and I'm just so excited to carry that forward with me. It's always going to be a part of my story.
It's kind of helping people for all these seasons live out the American dream, it seems.
It really is. I think the thing that is so appealing about American Idol to viewers at home and viewers around the world is that it takes people that have a seemingly, typical life. What's typical anymore? But a typical life, and turns them into, a singer with a stage and lights and a band and this story. And it's really a transformation. It's incredible to watch that, I think, and I was very privileged to be a part of that journey.
Series finale, it's very emotional, more emotional at other times. It's been a long week. We've been really busy, leading up to this moment, and it's, I don't know, it's emotional. That's the best way I can explain it, and it's going to show tonight on stage.
Pants on the ground, looking like a fool with your pants on the ground, with your gold in your mouth. Hat turned sideways, pants hit the ground. Call yourself a cool cat, looking like a fool. Walking downtown with your pants on the ground. Get here. Hey, get your pants off the ground.
Tell me, what has American Idol meant to you?
American Idol means a lot to me. I don't want American Idol to go nowhere. I want them to stay here and make sure American Idol stay right here. I don't want to go nowhere.
Talk to me about what it's like to be here for this series finale.
Truly humbling, truly wonderful to be here to celebrate the biggest show in the history of television. To have been a small part of its success and its journey has been great for me, for my family. I was a musical theater nerd who loved rock and roll, and I've gotten to do a bit of everything, my 10 years plus since the show, and from Rock of Ages and the Tony nomination to now producing on Broadway this season's Spring Awakening with Deaf West, and I have a new play coming out this summer as an actor called Friend to Art. So we're really excited, and look at all these people. It's awesome. Some of my best friends worked on this show and work on this show till this day, and yeah, it's hard to sustain that success for forever. When I was on, it was 30 million people a night. We couldn't go anywhere. It was insane. But, they've done a pretty darn good job with this show, and I'll miss it.
Bittersweet to be here and being a part of those group numbers and realizing this is really it. It's the end.
Absolutely. It is bittersweet, but I think it'll be back before you know it. So they're not going to put that 10 million in their pocket and run off into the sunset. So they're going to bring it back in some form. There's always been shows like this since the early radio days. This is just the biggest and best one, and I think people are going to really miss it when it's gone, and they'll realize that in, about 10 hours from now. So.
It is so surreal to be back here. It's really funny. The second I walked on stage for rehearsal, you remember the smell. You remember everything, the look, the smell, and it's surreal. I've told everybody, and meeting everybody from all the seasons it's just crazy, and I love it.
Bittersweet to see it all ending.
It is bittersweet, but there's no shame in letting some other shows take the reins, and the American Idol is the original. They are the first people. They made singing competitions what they are today. So it's been great.
But what is it like to be back for not just the season finale, but the series finale?
It's insane to be back for this not only, like you said, not only the season finale but the series finale. It's I cannot say how honored I am and privileged and grateful that I was asked to come back, and sing. So it's so cool because I get to sing for America again, but also I get to sing with the people that I've idolized growing up, pun intended, I guess, and I get to sing with them, and not only do I get to meet them and work with them, but I'm actually considered part of that legacy. I was talking to David Cook earlier, and we were just saying it's hard to believe that we actually did this. And I asked him, I was like, is it just me? He's like, no, it's surreal. I can't, like, you see the stage, you see everything, you're like, I did all that, and I've done this show, and it's wild, and it's still surreal to me that I was a part of this for such a long season, and it's insane. I wouldn't rather be anywhere in the world but here.
Oh my gosh, it's surreal, it's sad, it's amazing, it's exciting, it's going to be a freaking blast. I mean, this is like going to be such a spectacle because this is like everybody is back. So it's literally going to be a powerhouse of performances from all genres, all types of singers. And the amazing thing is this is all brought together by music, which is amazing. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better, show. So I'm really excited about, an honor to be a part of this, and I can't wait for the viewers at home to see this.
What was it like preparing for tonight with those big group rehearsals?
It was actually really kind of technical and difficult. I mean, we had a lot of parts to work out. We had choreography to work out. We have pyro for this show, so it's like a lot of stuff's going to be happening. I'm doing a rock medley, so it's like a lot of stuff's going to happen. Somebody might die. Hopefully not me. Maybe. I mean, that'd be kind of crazy,
That would be a way to go out.
Yeah, it would be a way. That would be a way to go out. But no, I mean, this show has given me everything and anything, possibly. It's a dream of mine. I mean, it's like, ever since I was a kid, all I wanted to be was a rock and roll singer. And this show has given me the opportunity to have my voice heard by millions and millions of people. Not only that, but I'm getting to sing with my idols. Kiss. I'm going on the road with Kiss. Here's a Kiss. I'm getting to go on tour with Kiss this summer. Like, it's ridiculous. It's amazing. It's an honor, and this show has given me so much. I absolutely endear my whole life to this show and everything. It's amazing.
What is it like? This is bittersweet because this is where it all started. The show has opened so many doors for so many young people. And I have to say thank you for that. I wouldn't have done half of the things that I've done without them. I thank Simon for his criticism because he prepared us for what the industry does. I thank Paula for being so sweet and being a mother to us when we are away from our mothers. And Randy for being so musical and reminding me of my father, to keep on pushing us and saying, you can do this, you can do that. Don't let anybody stop you. So it's a bittersweet moment. When I got back here, I almost cried because when I won, it was the Kodak Theater. Now it's the Dolby, but it's still the same theater. And it humbles me. I will never change. All I do is sing. I'm just like you, I'm just like you, I'm just like you. I just want to sing, and they have allowed me that opportunity to do that. I'm going to leave before I start crying. But it's been a blessing, and I thank them for helping so many of these kids that have walked down this red carpet today. Even if they, I always say they're all winners for making it this far. They're all winners. Just remember that the sky is the limit. You can have it if you want it. My grandmother used to say, too much is given, much is required. So whatever you put into it is what you'll get out of it. And that's what I try to invest in them when I'm around them. I've always been an open book, and I will forever be. I went through tests to have a testimony. I share my testimony so that these other young people can know what to do and what not to do. So whatever they want, they can have it. They just got to put on there and go get it.
Quickly, we're from Jackson, Mississippi.
Yeah.
The Portia's just from down the road.
From down the road.
Sit down with her and chat with her. What do you think about her being in the final two after having that time with her?
She deserves it. She was supposed to be here. She has a story. She's a soul singer. Sometimes when you see her make faces or you see her do certain things, that's coming from a place that we can never, ever understand. That's what I love about her. I am proud of her. She's a great mother, and she's a strong black woman. Proud of her. What's next for me? Album coming out in June. Tonight I'll be performing a single titled Ugly, which is a country song. My album, I call it Rock Soul.
When we did Idol, we did every type of music there was. I grew up in a family that loved music. When you are a music lover, you love everything. You love jazz, you love pop, you love rock, you love gospel. A little bit of hip hop if the words are okay. But you love everything. And that's what I'm bringing to this album. I want to give something for everybody. Yeah. Thank you.
I think connecting is always the thing, you know, being true to yourself and hopefully making a record and writing songs and in a way that they can feel it, you know. That's what it's always about.
What has the experience as a judge been like for you?
I've loved it. I mean, there's always hard parts where you have to, you know, say goodbye to people and that sort of thing. But at the same time, I mean, we all have to hear that in life. I mean, I've had so much rejection that you just kind of rise above it. You just keep going. You know,
Has it been inspiring to you to be a judge, to watch this young talent move in and out through the show?
Yeah, it's hard. It touches me because I feel for every one of them. Some of them are just racked in nerves. This is like biggest thing that's ever happened to them. They're from tiny towns like I'm from. And I so get it, you know. You can see it in their eyes. They're just freaked out and they're just holding on for dear life. Talk about right?
Yeah, we talk about them, just kind of their ability and what you thought about them this season.
Well, I got to say, first of all, I'm so impressed that so many guys have hung in all the way to the end because early last year, towards the end of last year, early in the competition, I think we were all sort of thinking the girls are so strong this season and the boys are going to be, you know, really having to work hard to hang in there. Before you knew it, the top 4, 3 of them were guys, so it was extraordinary. I mean, you just never know who's going to get better and better and better, and I think in Trent's case he has. But Portia's always been phenomenal. So tonight's like the ultimate duel. I mean, this is what you hope happens on the final.
Here we are, the last American Idol ever. What do you think about the results?
I'm actually really happy because I feel like he would do really good with Scott Borchetta's label as well as 19, and LaPortia has so much coming her way, so I'm really proud of them both.
What was it like to be in there tonight and realize I'm part of the last class of this iconic show?
It was completely insane. It was a mix of emotions, like excited then upset because the show's not going to be on anymore, and just like nervous for the results. So I was just really happy of like the entire night what the outcome was.
To me about what you thought of the results tonight, kind of what's going through your mind right now.
I think that it wasn't what I expected. It wasn't a surprise at the same time. I mean, you never know what's going to happen. It could have been LaPortia, it could have been Trent, and watching Trent win was amazing because he's kind of become like my brother through this whole process. And we spent a lot of time together, and the energy on stage was incredible, and his performance, and just like seeing him just cry tears of happiness made everyone else cry tears of happiness, and it was insane.
Let's talk about just what it's like to be a part of this last class.
Oh, it was amazing. Just like I didn't even notice like while I was in the competition, but just like stepping out and looking back at like all the amazing talent that went through the season, I'm just like so thankful to be a part of it. It's ridiculous, honestly.
What do you think about the results?
Oh, either way, like honestly, it was a benefit if either one of them won because I love them both and they're both really amazing people. And Trent, he deserved it. I'm so proud of him. That's my big brother, honestly.
Talk to me about what it was like to be here for the very beginning and then the very end.
Very surreal. It was a very cathartic experience for me to come back and see so many people I haven't seen in 14 years. I haven't seen Ryan in 14 years. And to him to just be so gracious and to have me back, everybody involved with the show, it's just, I'm very, very grateful. It was a great experience.
What was it like to be here for the first and the beginning of it? Did you have any idea in those moments that it would rise to be the iconic show that it is?
No, I didn't. And quite honestly, it's been such a journey for me personally. It's kind of a blur, you know? And when I walked in, I was like, wow, it seems like 30 years ago. It seems like a lifetime ago. It doesn't seem like yesterday. But it was definitely something I'm very grateful that I was asked back.
A bittersweet moment, or what was it like?
It's not bittersweet at all. It's just sweet. It's just I'm happy, and I'm a much different person than I was back all those years ago, and definitely a better person.
Fill us in on what you've been up to in the meantime.
I've been doing stand up the whole time and voiceover, and I'm concentrating on the acting career, and I got a really great opportunity last fall to play a fictional version of myself in a kind of a spoof of the Jinx documentaries where I played a serial killer named Brian Dunkelman. So that was the biggest opportunity I've had in acting.
Like we talked about last night, you thought it would be LaPortia and someone, but what goes through your mind when you hear Trent's the winner?
Oh, I mean, they're both, super talented vocalists, so at this point it was kind of just a toss-up.
Being a part of the last class, is it even more special now being back here, seeing so many of the ones who have been successful and have been impacted so much by the show?
Yeah, the crazy thing looking at, when we did that opening number with, 60, however many people, it was like so many people that hadn't won, but you knew, like, first name basis, that you knew they were successful. So it kind of gives me a good feeling about that, looking forward.
I was about to say, do you feel like you've won in some sense no matter where you placed in this competition, especially with it being the last season?
Yeah, I actually released, my single came out last night, and it's number 5 in the country right now. So that, if nothing else, I feel good about that.
It's got to be rewarding for you as a singer-songwriter to say, not only has this show allowed me to do this, but it's a song that I wrote.
Right, yeah. I mean, I don't know, I went, I released it in the singer-songwriter genre, and it's been like number 1 in there, and now it's number 5, like, out of every song. So it's weird. It's a weird kind of thing to think about.
Is it strange to kind of almost overnight have these people screaming, Mackenzie, Mackenzie?
Yeah, just like this morning when I remember waking up and like clicking on the homepage of iTunes and seeing my thing, and I was like, that's confusing.
It's what you always wanted.
Yeah, it's absolutely, yeah, it's you can't even fathom the moment. It's like, obviously I've always wanted that, and it's like, it's here, and I just can't even I can't even grasp that it's really me.
We're so proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Tell me, I think I overheard you've got some pretty big news tonight. You didn't take the title, but you've got big news.
I didn't take the title, but I did get signed anyway to Motown. So, yeah, I'm very excited.
Seems like a perfect fit for you. Is it surreal to realize that all those dreams are becoming reality?
It's really surreal, and I mean, I don't know how this works. I don't really know what even getting signed necessarily means. It's really funny because you say I want to be signed to a record label, and you don't even know what it means. So I'm just really anxious and excited to see what happens next.
What should people expect from you, even though you don't know the specifics? When we talk about the music, we know that you pay attention to those lyrics and you sing the songs that you feel. So do you expect to keep doing that and keep having that outlet to inspire people?
I guess what people can expect from me is truth, because I am a genuine person, and I do try to stay true to myself, so I'm not going to put anything out there that I don't believe in. And if it's not me and it's the record label, I will say so. I will always be honest, Portia, that I've been, from day one. So I'm just really excited, yeah. And I don't know what people should expect from me because I don't really know what to expect from me at this point, yeah.
What goes through your mind when you hear that you aren't the winner, but you know that you've already come so far?
I had a lot of feelings and a lot of different things went through my mind. So many things I can't remember. All I can say is I'm really proud. I'm really grateful for this opportunity, and yeah.
Trent whispered something he looked like he whispered something in your ear when y'all were hugging. Is that something you're willing to share?
Yeah, Trent said, but he said that God wanted this to happen, and he said the only reason I wouldn't be winning is because God has something greater and bigger for me. So,
life has changed quickly. Ooh. You are the final American Idol. Has that really even sunk in yet?
This may sound strange, but it has. I did not expect to win at whatsoever whenever I auditioned in July, but I prepared to win. At every facet possible of this competition, I prepared to win, and I'm so glad I did because it paid off.
You talked about how you were looking at it as a job all along. Your family didn't even come out until right here at the very end. Do you feel like that method ended up working to your advantage?
And I can finally tell everyone I worried so much that what if I get cut and my parents never get to be a part of this? And looking back, I'm so glad that I didn't bring them because Mr. Ryan Seacrest said, I applaud you for not bringing your family out here. He said, because it allowed you to have the most laser focus I've ever seen on a human being, maybe ever in my life. And it paid off, They were here when it counted.
you held up that book last night and said you've written down everything that those judges have said to you. How valuable do you feel like this experience has been, past just the surface level, but just the experience and kind of the whirlwind of it all?
Oh my gosh. And I carried around that book, and it's all tattered and torn, and I probably can't read half the stuff I wrote in it because I'd write it so quickly as they would speak. But I think that was a cornerstone of my hard work, was that I took it seriously enough to write it down and go back and read it and reread it and reread it.
Congratulations. Anything you want to say to the people in Mississippi?
Mississippi, I have one phone and one tablet. You did this. All I did was show up and sing. Thank you.